Welcome to Embody Your Brilliance, a podcast for visionary daughters of immigrants and creative entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Eunice Kimian, somatic life and business coach, mom, and Korean American eldest daughter of immigrants. Each week, you'll hear stories, insights, and conversations to help you embody your unique brilliance beyond survival mode so that you can design a life you actually want and grow a peaceful, profitable business you're proud of that supports you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Embody Your Brilliance. I'm your host, Eunice Kimian. And today I want to talk about when you have a dream, but it's not exactly what your family hoped that was your dream. So as daughters of immigrants, I feel like this is a very common thing that comes up, especially among entrepreneurs and creatives, because let me speak from my experience. Ever since college, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But that was a source of friction with me and my parents and my family because they had such high expectations for me around finding a secure and respectable profession that is stable, that is lucrative, that is basically safe. What they wanted was safe success. And the thing is, I know my parents believe in me in their own way. They've shown up in different ways over the years, but at the end of the day, I know they've supported me the best way they know how, and I'm so beyond grateful for them. That said, my parents, my family, a lot of them are in survival mode. And it makes a lot of sense based on their life experiences and their upbringings. It makes a lot of sense. And it's not wrong, but I'm just in a different space, right? Like I lived in survival mode most of my life too, but throughout my own healing journey and journey of coming home to myself, coming home to my body, my spirituality, my creativity, all of that, my motherhood journey, it's gotten me to the point where I'm not just surviving at this point. How do I continue to thrive and how do I continue to build my dream business and my creative business when my loved ones are still in survival mode? And that's so hard because as a first gen Korean American, as an eldest daughter, I know how uncomfortable and guilt inducing it can feel making sure that my parents are okay, that they feel proud of me and they love me. It's just natural. I've always cared deeply about what my parents think. Maybe not all the time, but maybe it's filial piety. Maybe it's just a normal, very universal human desire to want our parents to love us and be proud of us. And the thing is, my parents do believe in me in their own way. It's shown up in different ways over the years, but at the end of the day, they've supported me in the best way that they know how, and I'm beyond grateful for them. And to be fair, it's gotten a lot better since when I first embarked on my entrepreneurial journey years ago, but they still worry about whether this path is secure, respectable, or financially stable enough. And I completely get it. They sacrificed so much that I could have options. So when I chose entrepreneurship and they wondered, why would you work so hard to go to college just to choose an unpredictable career like entrepreneurship? Why wouldn't you just go work at Google or the government? Not that any of these options are actually stable options right now. To them, safety meant a steady paycheck, a 401k, a prestigious title. So when I chose entrepreneurship, I wasn't just stepping into my dream, I was stepping outside their idea of safety. Even though my appa, my dad, is an entrepreneur, and other people in my family too, like my 할아버지, grandfather, my great-grandmother, 할머니, were entrepreneurs, I get why they were hesitant. They didn't want me to go down the same path that they did because in their minds, it was so hard. They endured enough already. They don't wish the hardship onto me. They want me to be safe. They want me to be comfortable. And their worry often showed up as questions. So, what exactly do you do? How much are you making? Or when I share an exciting win within my business, there's a non reaction. Maybe they're just being stoic. I don't know. But there's this feeling of, oh, they don't understand. And it's something that I've really worked through for a long time. And again, to be fair, I do believe that they support me and they love me and they are rooting for me. It's just that the way it gets expressed isn't necessarily what I was hoping for or needing in that moment. And I need other ways of validating me and other ways of feeding my vision so that I don't feel so discouraged. For example, my mom likes everything on my Instagram. I don't know if your immigrant moms do this too, but my mom follows me on Instagram and likes everything on my Instagram. And I know that's her way of showing her support. Even if there's a non reaction about like a win in my business, I just know that deep down she does root for me. I know not everyone has that same situation. All of our families and support systems look different. But I wanted to point that out because just because we're not receiving the validation and the support in the way, in the love language that we want, it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't exist, right? And also, it's understanding like what love languages of validation do you need in your business. So for me, I do need verbal affirmation. I do need emotional reaction to when I'm celebrating a win. Like I don't want a non-reaction. And but I do appreciate the likes and the shares and everything because it helps my business. And so I appreciate that from my mom too. And that said, when they didn't respond with the level of excitement and trust that I wanted them to, I couldn't help but notice little me, the version of me that's the baby Eunice, feeling disappointed and frustrated and feeling hints of self doubt, second guessing myself. So that's when I realized number one, I need to root deeper into my own self trust in my body so I don't feel as shaky every time someone else casts doubt onto me. Number two, I needed gentle, clear boundaries so I wasn't constantly trying to prove myself or perform for love. Number three, I need to surround myself with aligned support so that I do receive the validation, up leveling, and connection in order to feel seen, nourished, motivated, challenged, and resourced to keep going. Because building my business with a prove them wrong energy would still keep me stuck in survival mode. That's the thing. Yes, I'm going to prove them wrong. Energy can keep you going, but it'll keep you in survival mode, which caps your success at a certain level and keeps you from fully accessing your creativity, your best ideas, your most strategic business decisions. I have to stop outsourcing my self trust to even people who love me because their zone of safety looks different from mine. And this takes more than mindset. This takes more than strategy. It takes nervous system support, listening to your body, deepening the self trust in my body, and receiving culturally informed support from coaches and guides and mentors and peers who get it, with whom I don't have to constantly explain myself why it matters what my parents think. And that's how I could feel safe enough to expand beyond the fears my parents have had about the path I've chosen. Because sometimes our zone of genius lives beyond our family's imagination, and that doesn't make us ungrateful, it makes us trailblazers. So today, this episode is both an invitation and a reminder. You don't have to abandon your people to trust your path. You can honor your family and build something that reflects who you truly are. You're allowed to choose a version of success that feels nourishing and not performative. And if you're ready to reconnect with your own voice, your own values, your own definition of success, to build a creative business that reflects who you are, that is financially viable and profitable enough to not rely on corporate to meet your needs, to create financial freedom, to create time freedom, flexibility, to spend time with your baby and your loved ones, to create the legacy that you want to create, while in connection with your body without burning out. My one on one somatic business coaching is now open with a couple of spots. You'll be supported to root into your zone of genius and feel deeply confident as a business owner, as a creative, as a human, and build that unshakable self trust and felt sense of safety and worthiness in your body so you can meet expansion, visibility, and uncertainty feeling more grounded and develop lifelong somatic tools to regulate your nervous system as you grow into more money, influence, and peace. And you were never meant to hold it all alone. And I believe you are already whole, already brilliant, already enough as you are. But when we work together, I'm here to hold your vision when doubt creeps in. I'm here to reflect back your brilliance when you forget. I'm here to walk beside you when things feel foggy or vulnerable, to go in the trenches with you to help you navigate the waves of emotions. And I'm here to hold the candlelight steady so you can see more clearly, keep going, and shine more brightly, not by doing more, but by being more you because your energy is precious. And instead of spending it on trying to do everything yourself and spinning in circles and going on waves of doubt by yourself, I invite you to resource yourself with aligned support so that more of your energy can go towards being in your zone of genius and shining your unique brilliance to bring your beautiful vision to life and share your magic with the world. So, if you know your next season is meant to feel less like white knuckling and more like steady, grounded support, this is the space for you. Schedule a one on one clarity call with me, and I'll talk to you soon.